Hello beautiful! Welcome back to Nat's Beautiful Life. Today I'm going to be doing the end of year book tag, and I'm excited to share with you some books that I need to finish, need to read, I'm excited about, all of those things. If you are new to this channel, hello, my name is Natasha and I read a lot of books and I like to talk to you about them and recommend them to you, and I also like for you to recommend books to me, so feel free to put any recommendations you have for me down in the comments below. I'd love it if you would like and subscribe, and that way you never miss a video, and I'll see you again here very soon. Without any further ado, let's get right into the questions and answers, and the very first one is, do you have a book that you started this year that you need to finish? Yes and no. I did not start these this year, but I did want to finish them this year. And one of them is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Why can't I say that word? Anyway, this one is a classic horror. We have a new wife that is coming to live at her new home with her new husband, and the former wife's legacy or what have you is still there, and everybody still very much has Rebecca on the brain, and I'm looking forward to see what that is all about. I am not far into it. I'm just at the point where they're leaving where they are to go home and that's where everything kind of ensues. So looking forward to finish that. And the other one, I still can't believe I haven't finished this. Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. I've read other books by her. I love her. And this is an arc of her very first book that I still haven't finished. And it wasn't that I wasn't enjoying it. It was just I got into such a mood reading kind of deal at that point that I was in the mood and then I was out of the mood. But now I really want to make a priority to finish that book. All right, let's move on to the next one, and we'll just leave my shame there of can't believe I still haven't finished that book. Anyway, do you have an autumnal book to transition to at the end of the year? Looking at my notes. Normally, no. I like to kind of start with more atmospheric books in the fall. So the very first book that I did this with was the Miss Peregrine's book in that series, and it's very atmospheric and there's a lot of weird, creepy photographs within those books, and it just kind of got me on this journey to looking for more books like that for the fall. This year, I've been reading The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. This is a classic, obviously, and this is where our main character, well, there's lots of main characters, I say, but the original character we're following in this book, he's walking down the road one night, and it's a very secluded road. He's going back to London. It's like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and then he's touched on the shoulder, on the arm, by a woman in white who asks, is this the road to London? And he walks with her and all of that, and there's just so much to the story, and I am quite a bit into it, and I have really been enjoying the read of this. I like Victorian works anyway, but it is not something that you just sit down and you read through the whole weekend. It is something that you have to ingest and take over time. So I have been reading this a lot right before bed. It has different narrators. So we have like our main character that we first meet, then we have a lawyer, and then we have the sister of another main character who's actually, we're reading her journal entries right now, and I am loving this book so much, and I cannot wait to see how it ends, but I almost don't want it to end. I'm cool with going through November still reading this book. It is 674 pages of Victorian writing and small words and fonts, so but I'm just really enjoying this. So definitely books like that get me into the fall mood. All right, next book, is there a new release you're still waiting for? Not really. I think I've been looking to see if there was anything else that needs to come out, and I can't really find anything that I'm interested in seeing come out for the rest of the year. But that could be just that I'm missing it. However, I have waiting for me at the library, I'm gonna go pick it up, the newest release by Tiffany D. Jackson, name sound familiar, White Smoke, and that is kind of a creepy, kind of a gothic type, I don't know if I'd say gothic, but to me it sounds gothic because they move into a home and it's scary things happening kind of thing. So to me, when the houses are involved, that feels very gothic, even if it's not like a gothic type of tale. But A, Tiffany D. Jackson wrote it and I love her works, and B, that just sounds right up my alley for this time of year. So that's the newest release, and I think it like came out either this month or last month. So yeah, that's my answer for that. The next question is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Well, I have 4 that are like my little pile here, but I also have the 2 book club books for the rest of the year for November and December. If you would like information about that or want to be a part of it, there is a link down below to our Facebook group, and on that there are documents with all of the book club books and stuff that we do throughout the year. You can comment on the books in the discussion area, just no spoilers at the beginning of the month. And I think that I might start doing book talks or book reviews of the books that we do for book club, but we'll see. All right, so for November, we have The Beauty in Breaking by Michelle Harper. She is an African-American physician who works in an ER. I don't know why words are so hard. But she talks about her experiences there and the things that she sees, and I'm really looking forward to this one. It's relatively short, but I think that's going to be a good one. And then for December, we are doing A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. It's not very long, and I know a lot of us have all watched multiple different versions of the movie, but I thought it was important that we actually got the source material. So that's going to be our December book club book. All right, so the 4 books that I personally want to read by the end of the year. I've mentioned this before, so I'll mention it just quickly. The Atlas 6 by, is it Olivia Blake? I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to go on and on, but it's 6 people trying to become a part of this society who protect the artifacts and books of the Alexandrian Library, which maybe didn't burn down, and 6 are trying out, but only 5 can be chosen. Then we have The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. Yeah, Zafón. And this one is basically, this is what I'm gathering. The father is a librarian of like special books, and there's a section of the library where books that are either no longer in print or just kind of being forgotten go, and he brings his son, and then he finds a book he really likes, and so he wants to find more by the author, but he finds that somebody is destroying all the books by this particular author, and there we go. I think that's the basic gist of it. I don't know. I haven't read the book yet. That's why it's hard for me to tell you what the book's about if I haven't read it. But I'm literally looking forward to this one, and I hope I can get to that before the end of the year, so maybe October, November. And then, of course, the last book in the Peculiar Children series is The Desolation of Devil's Acre. It is the 6th book, and I think final book in the Miss Peregrine's series. And this one, it's kind of sad to see the world end, but the first 3 books take place more into the like UK European peculiardom, and then the last 3 books are more the American peculiardom and how chaotic that one is. And the 5th book left on such a cliffhanger that I can't wait to see what happens. And I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I was saving it for October, but here we are with all these other books to read. That's why. All right, so the last book I want to mention is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This does take place in the Caraval world, but is not about Caraval. The first book, Caraval, I was not particularly in love with, but Legendary was the book that I thought Caraval would be. And I loved Legendary and I loved Finale. And so you follow the other sister in those, and then it's a whole big fantasy world going on there. And so this is going to take place in that same world. And so a girl makes a deal with the Jack of Hearts, which is an immortal, which you find about more in the Caraval world. And my library actually didn't, I don't own Caraval or any of those because I got them off in the library. But the library did not have this book yet. It's still on order. And I was like, I'm not waiting. So I bought it. And there you go. So that's why I owned that book, but not the rest. Okay. I think we've got one more question, or two more questions. Is there a book you think you could still be shocked or can shock you and become the favorite of the year? Yes. Because I've not heard super great things about this, but I had this pre-ordered because I liked this author's previous series a lot. And so when I saw she was coming out with another series, I pre-ordered it. And then the reviews from people that I know, I have kind of been like closing my eyes to anything else because I want to see for myself. But I would be shocked if this was a 5-star for me. Victoria Aveyar's Realm Breaker. I don't know anything about it. I think it's like a quest kind of thing with a bunch of different characters, which sounds like something I love. And I did like her writing in the Red Queen series. So we'll see. I would be shocked if it's a 5-star for me. The best of the year. But honestly, that would be a happy delight. Last question. Have you already started making reading plans for the next year? Not really. I think I'm going to do kind of like what I did this year. This year I just kind of set myself a number goal, and then I had a list of the books that I was looking forward to coming out, and I always do a list of like, these books have been on my TBR forever, or these are new books that are coming out. These are must reads for me for this year. And I think I'm just gonna do that again. And if anything, I think maybe I will try to prioritize getting into the Robin Hobb universe. Assassin's Apprentice is the first book. I want to breeze through this first trilogy because I'm really excited for the Mad Ship Trader trilogy. That everybody's like, this is the best, this is our favorite, and it comes after this. Technically you can read that one first, but you have to read this one and that one before you move on. So I figure might as well read them in order. But yeah, that's it. So that is my year-end book tag questions and answers. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you again very soon with a new video. Let me know if you have any answers to these questions. Put it in the comments down below. I would love to know. And I think that's it. Have a great day, gorgeous.